Welcome, Cancer, to your chakra reading for May. Hope you friends are doing great out there. If your friends like this, please like and subscribe. Okay. Cancer, let's see what's going on with you. And the chakra most needed for you this month is the Sacral Chakra. We're talking about that passion. The passion card is talking about, are my daily actions supporting my real passion? What am I willing to stand for? Opening up to that passions, taking a stand for your own passion. Okay. For balance, coming in with the root chakra over here, finding that foundation for your own passion and getting balance within that. Soul healing, going straight to the star chakra, which is up here, anchoring to the heavens. So and this is your soul star chakra, right? And it's talking about going into the heavens. And the next card coming out is meditation, going straight into the crown chakra. Okay. And underneath the balance, you have beyond the mind, the heart beats. Soul healing is the softly, softly, the tender touch. Ooh. And meditation is legacy of light. Wow. So going into that meditation, you're definitely talking about this legacy of light. Look at this. It's like, here I am, here's this, here's me, right? It's like, wow. Okay. So going straight over here into the balance, this is going to get you, as soon as you start feeling grounded and really thinking about how you want the passion, what is making you so passionate, right? You're going to find the balance within that so that you can keep yourself balanced to get exactly where you need to be. So beyond the mind, the heart beats. Let's see what that's saying. So this card is literally talking about, well, stop, you don't have to always use your logical mind. Let's talk about the deeper pieces of ourselves. So in the midst of the chaos in modern life and the constant fluctuations of our minds, it can be difficult to remember that a sublime sanctuary lies within ourselves. And this is really going to open up these chakras and let you understand that beneath the ceaseless activity, there's an endless, vast spaciousness that restores and connects us to something greater. And that's going to be this soul chakra over here. So really balancing that and really getting in tune with our soul, something that exists outside of time and space, is some might call the eternity, right? So this is finding your sanctuary to get yourself balanced. You're after something passionate. You want something passionate. You're dedicated to getting to this, but things might be holding you back, which could be your own thinking. So you need to find a place that you can meditate so that you can get back to this higher source of the source healing, right? And the source healing is just opening you up, remembering who you are, what I am, what's around me, having that all-powerful conscious aspect of your being, and currently undergoing this healing process of keeping yourself balanced to get to where you need to be. This awakening can sometimes stir things up in your life, and it creates a change required to expand to a higher state of awareness. You are undergoing a rite of passage where the things that are not working in your life are being reviewed, right? And this is how we keep balance. Why? What is keeping me from having this? Why do I keep closing this desire down? Why do I keep telling myself I can't have the things that I desire or that my heart truly wants? Could be love. Why? Why do I do this? And this is how you're going to get there. And you're going to do it through the meditation to open this up, right? So just know that the chaos is a positive thing in a lot of ways. If you use the chaos as a positive instead of letting it hold you back, then you can learn the lessons from the chaos within your life. We all have chaos. Without the chaos, we cannot grow. We cannot learn. That's a part of the karma that we are. So once you come to the understanding of why this chaos is here, how did I learn from it? What did it teach me? If these people hurt me, then it's going to allow me to understand and reflect upon the type of people I want to hang out with. You know, if the car keeps breaking and I never fixed it, maybe I should start saving money to fix the dang car instead of letting it go so long. Or if I'm procrastinating on things, maybe I should stop fence sitting. See, we all have to learn from the mistakes. Otherwise, they'll keep continuing to keep going because you didn't learn anything. So the soul healing is actually healing from the chaos to keep us balanced, to get to the passion. If I don't open my heart to people, I'm never going to find no one. That one person hurt you. They stepped on you. You don't have the passion that you used to have, but something deep inside wants you to have it again. But the fear keeps you back. And so the soul is letting you understand, stop fearing. Don't allow the fear to take control. Keep yourself balanced. Softly, softly, the tender touch for yourself. Having the overall understanding. Barricading and isolating yourself away is not going to bring in the passion. Holding on to things that hurt you forever is not making you grow. It's holding you back, and it's keeping you in a dungeon. So the soul wants you to understand there is a divine order to this chaos, and you are being asked to trust, listen, and act, and take the action of the loving guidance from your own soul. Your soul holds the medicine for you to heal and knows what's best for you. It is a time of deep cleansing, and you're encouraged to let it go of the old ways so that you can make a new. Soul healing allows for souls on a healing level and many healing levels. Not just a healing level, there are many healing levels. Emotional, physical, spiritual, and mental. A complete cleansing on all levels, aspects, and states of being. Be very gentle and kind to yourself, and that's what? Softly, softly, the tender touch. Be gentle and kind to yourself as you transit through the very powerful and important time. Be sure to nurture yourself through this process, giving yourself lots of love and care and gentleness. Listen to the messages your body and soul are offering you and follow through the guidance. Amazing awakening is happening for you right now, and soon you will reap the rewards. Know that the process you are currently undergoing is a powerful injection of positive light from your soul as you heal the body. Right? We don't even really need to read this card because pretty much this card took care of this. This is telling you, do it with compassion. Do it with the ultimate love for yourself. Going into meditation will be the best way to get all of this done, of course. Then you become the legacy of light. Why are you the legacy of light? Once you get into the meditation and you start continuing to do all this and start balancing your chakras and getting your soul back to where it needs to be. The chakras are the soul's energy factory. Okay, this is where your aura comes from. When you're shining auras, is because your chakras are in a row. Think about it. All the colors of your aura are the colors of chakras. It's because that's the light that they're illuminating around you. Your chakra, your aura is not always the same color as throughout life. As a child, you may have had a very beautiful blue aura with green inside of it with yellows. As you get older into your 25s, you might all of a sudden be having this pink and with these purples, with these greens. As you get older, it might turn from these beautiful reds to these yellows to these purples. It doesn't always stay the same. Auras change. It's not the way it works because you change as you grow. That's the soul illuminating, telling you this is the way it is. And when we hold on to those auras through a life of different colors, right? The legacy of light over here. Kind of like those mood rings, right? Those things are amazing. I don't even know how they work. If you get a really real one, they're amazing because they can tell you what mood you're in. Same thing. You're saying what your mood is through your energy, through your soul. Amazing. Right? The legacy of light is saying you're being asked to honor the legacy of light, that you are sacred birthright. Yeah, this is sacred birthright. Now we're getting really deep over here, right? We're not just talking about this or that. Now we're talking about the sacred birthright. Like you came here and this is the way it's supposed to be. Take nourishment and support from those that have come before you. Your ancestral lines, not only in the blood, but also in the spirit. Perhaps these are the beings that have inspired and motivated you to live as a sacred rebel from the heart and with belief in yourself. The more you are nourished by the legacy of light from your past, talking about understanding that past, where that chaos came from, hey, here it is. It's the way it's supposed to be. The more you become a barrier of a legacy for those that will be supported by your light in the future. This is a sacred endowment from the great universal source of light to humanity. It is the light of wisdom, creativity, radical courage, love, respect that is passed down from the heart to each generation to the next. The legacy of light is your spiritual birthright to refine and shine your essence into the world, to be like a sun, radiant and unapologetic of your own nature. Right? Healing brings growth, spiritual path of the healing, growing. The legacy of the light cannot be ignored without some detriment to your sense of well-being. So that means if you ignore the light, there will be repercussions, chaos. Causing more karma, causing more problems. If you are asking about a particular question and drew this card, then the part of the answer to your question is the issue at hand, is one of the utmost importances of the spiritual growth. So everybody's situation is different, so you'll know what your passion is. You can ask the question, then go and and then dig deep within that. Bring that to light. Excuse me, throat's getting dry. The legacy of light also asks you to call on an unconditionally loving support that exists for you every day. This light will offer you a manner of assistance. To not call upon it is like starving yourself to death. Absolutely. Absolutely. It was like I was saying one day, you know, not calling on yourself and not getting deep within yourself is allowing the spiritual wires, think of yourself kind of like a computer, to come out, and therefore you're away from the light, therefore you're in darkness and confusion, and you know, you need to gather yourself together, put those wires back together. Don't disconnect yourself from spirit, right? So by not doing it, wind you, and then you're going to turn into a twisting tornado of chaos because you're not doing what you're supposed to do. It's a test. Come on, guys. Life is a test. We come here because we have karma. We're karmic souls. We have to learn to grow, to get up to higher levels of spirit. You know, when we die, we get up to higher levels. You build too much karma, you're coming back. How many things do you want to come back for? You want to come back for that crap that you did already, or you want to learn from it and say, oh my God, I'm done. I totally got that. I'm not doing that again. Because it makes you wonder how many times you've been here to do that anyways. Right? Legacy of light. Was this you already? And then again? And your spirit's like, oh God, here we go again. Or we learn from it. So that way when we come back again, we have other things to learn. I personally, there's a lot of things I would never have to, oh my gosh. And even though you don't know it, because you come with like amnesia, you'll never know it. But just the thought of the understanding of, oh my God, I'll have to come back and do this again. How horrifying for my next body. Oh my gosh, how horrifying for my own soul, because my soul knows, oh my God, we're going to do this again. Your soul remembers it, but you as a conscious being do not remember it. So it's kind of sad. It's almost like you're putting yourself right back to where you started from. It's like, oh my God. So you want to make sure that you're doing the soul healing that you have and understanding the chaos of life. Okay, so balance. Beyond the mind and heart beats. Taking on a transformation. Letting go of things that don't serve you. We already talked about that. And it's kind of funny because even though I laid it down, it's kind of going towards the soul healing over here. Like, I told you about that chaos. I told you. You know? Ace of Coins. Yes, because this is the successful workings. This is what your soul, what, you know, your chakra is, which is your soul, wants you to do, right? This is how you're going to empower yourself, right? Bringing the passion back to yourself. There's the passion. There it is, bringing the passion, opening the doors to that passion. Seven of Cups over here on the soul healing, talking about opening those doors, allowing yourself to intermix in what your, you know, I don't really want to say opinions. I don't want you guys to go to your soul and be like, well, you know, I think that, you know, I could have learned. No, it's more like opening the doors to all these cups for better understanding of what's going on and getting to each cup as much as possible. If you could, you know, heal from as many cups as possible, then you know you're working, right? You're working your way down and then opening yourself up, and that's part of growth. And that's really going to open that passion back up, right? With the Six of Coins. Yeah, and getting rid of that toxic energy, that karmic energy, breaking those chains of karma so that you can, you know, do the things you need to do. And that would actually be also getting rid of any hurts, pains, things that are keeping you away from the passion, right? With the Eight of Swords, or Wands, excuse me, this is going to have that swift moving, you know, action to get up the ladder. So you're really, you know, learning to get up the ladder as you're opening these doors over here. And I love how these two are kind of together from both sides, because it's like you're opening this door with swift action, moving up the ladder to get, you know, super to that door for that passion. And doing it softly, you know, for yourself. Don't be rough on yourself. There's no reason. Don't ridicule yourself and be like, I'm a dumbass. No, we don't need any of that. This is dumb. It is. It's literally dumb. I didn't mean to say that, but that was what came out of my mouth. That's what I heard from my own self. And that's just the first thing that came out of my mouth. You know, I'm human. I just think that's dumb. That's not the word I wanted to use, but that's what flew out of my mouth. So, yeah, and it is, though. It is, because there's really no reason for that. It's all in the past. It's all done and over with. All you need to know now is exactly how to get through things and be very loving to yourself and say, you know what? I made some mistakes. I don't need to do that anymore. I'll learn from that, because I'm realizing I'm holding on to things that don't really need to be there, but they do hold me back through the double energy, the fears, the chaos, allowing my own wind tunnel to come through. So meditating over here, yeah, it's going to open up that intuition so that you can see things from different directions. And I love that. And it's going to give you different options too, because your soul's going to be like, you know, what are we working on? You know, to get to the passion. Which piece would you like? You know, which direction do we need to be? And being able to see both sides. Wow. Not holding tight anymore and just letting it go. Saying, I don't need this anymore. I'm just going to let it go. There's no reason for me to hold on to that energy anymore, because as soon as you get into that peaceful place and you start seeing that legacy of the light, you're going to realize, you know, I'm holding on to things I don't need. Wow, I really don't. And this is going to give you an opportunity to plan new things and open up that passion and have the desires come through with the intentions. And this gives you the Ace of Wands. So, you know, you have everything that you need. You just have to make the better judgment call for yourself and say, you know what? It's time. It's time for me to do, as it said, a life review of myself, of what's holding me back. So it's you doing your own kind of review. Saying, okay, so what does that give me? If I'm holding on to what Ted did 12 years ago and I can't open my heart because, you know, he hurt me, he left me on a curb, he stole from me. What the hell does that have to do with today? I don't even care if it's 12 months ago. That does nothing, right? Where's that doing? Well, think about it. And then once you get in that place, you may even come to the conclusion that I had earlier. That's dumb. You know, you guys, you can also walk out of your shoes. Here's what I always tell my children. You know, think of it from another person's point of view. If you had a friend that was going through this and they told you, oh, well, Ted, you'd be like, you know what? Screw Ted. It was easier for you to tell it to your friend than to do it for yourself. Why is that? Because it's not your own. It's not your own emotions. It's not your own. They don't own it. But if you can perceive it the way you told your friend, and then listen and think, you know what? Well, that's what I would tell her. But then again, they're not my emotions. So you have to work through those emotions. And that's where the soul healing comes. But once you perceive what it is that it is, and then you'll sit there and think, well, you know what? That's what she's been trying to tell me all the time. But I never seen it that way because I'm holding on to all these emotions. So another person, because they don't 100% walk in your shoes, might perceive things from a different light. But if you can actually take that from them and then say, how do they do that? And then, you know what I'm saying? Then you can kind of see it differently. Then the judgment call will be different because you can see it, you know, the way they're saying it. And they're like, because all they're doing is hurting you. All they're doing is holding you back. And you're like, yeah, you know what? You're right. That's interesting. Yes, because people don't walk in other people's shoes. Yes, they don't hold on to those emotions, but you have to also see it how they see it as well. But then you have to get in there, right? And say, oh, well, that's great because you're still holding on to that guy who stole things from you 6 months ago. They got their own, right? And you're like, hey, let it go. You can go buy a new stereo. So, you know, hindsight and perception is 20/20. But if we kind of listen to what they're saying and the way they're kind of saying it, and kind of take it that way, sometimes it is easier to help yourself. Just don't down yourself. Don't call yourself names. That's not going to help you. That doesn't help the vibration. It lowers the vibration. I can turn a downward spiral upward. That's exactly what we were just talking about. That's literally what I just said. So as you focus on the best of what you do have, even if it is only a small part of your experience, the law of attraction will now bring you more of the essence of that. And so you can replace a downward spiral with a fast moving upward spiral by simply directing your thoughts more to things you do want, which is that passion, the things you desire, the passion, right? So that's a great law of attraction card. Okay. So there you are for you, my friends. And until next time, peace and love. Bye-bye.